Hello, hello, and welcome to Space Marine 2. So I did play through this for a couple hours, and I was really excited. I was having a lot of fun. I end the session, I go into DaVinci to, get it all ready, and none of the audio recorded. None of the game audio, none of my audio. I don't know what happened, but yeah, so I lost everything, which means we're starting from the beginning again. Unfortunately, my reactions to the very beginning won't be like as authentic and excited as they were before, which is a little annoying, but I want to share this entire experience with you. I haven't uploaded in 8 months because there hasn't really been a game this year that I've been really into, that I've really wanted to play. I mean, I've played a little bit of First Ascendant, I've played a little bit of Destiny 2, but nothing really worth sharing, on this like gaming journal thingy. This one's a big one though. I'm a huge fan of Warhammer 40k. I have been for like 20 years. Although like I feel like I worry about it becoming mainstream, if that makes sense. I worry that people will get a hold of it that don't understand that it is an inherent tragedy. Like, this is a horror thing. This isn't Star Wars. This isn't, Hope Springs Eternal. This is desolate. This is, terrifying. It's not the future anybody should want. It is a setting for like interesting stories and cool stuff to happen, but it is like the one fictional universe that we should never want to be a part of. And I worry that it will get into the hands of people who want to sanitize it, who want to make it, palatable for audiences. And that worries me a little bit. At the same time, I really love the idea of more people learning how awesome and fucked up Warhammer 40k is. So yeah, anyway, with that said, let's just jump straight into it. There is one little adjustment I am going to make though in the controls, something that bothered me the entire time. If I can get to it. Controller adaptive triggers, that's a cool thing in concept, but in practice it kind of hurt my fingers after a while. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. We'll go with next, and we are going with normal, because my philosophy with game difficulty is that all games are designed around normal, right? And so like if you play normal and you're like, hey, this is too easy, then it's an easy game. If you play normal and it's too hard, it's a hard game. My preference is not having a difficulty selection. I like the Dark Souls approach where it's just like specifically designed to be a certain difficulty and you learn to deal with it. Like, I love that kind of approach because I feel like it allows designers to be a lot more calculated in the things that they make. So, but yeah, so I am always a normal gamer. And then like on subsequent playthroughs, I'll go max difficulty if I'm like, hey, normal was way too easy. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Kadaku is like dangerously close to Klendathu. Like when I say it. I really like Space Marine 1. It's definitely easier than this game. But the one thing I didn't like about Space Marine 1 was the enemies. Orcs are comic relief. I like them as comic relief. And orcs are something that you introduce to someone after they've had like to deal with like, I think, well, like the Dark Eldar or Chaos Marines. Mostly Chaos Marines. I feel like you introduce the Warhammer 40k universe with the classic Space Marine versus Chaos Marine thing. And then maybe, well, back when I got into the tabletop, the main thing that they got people into, like the starter kit, was the Battle of Macrog. Is it Macrog or Macrage? I forget. But then that was Tyranid versus Ultramarines. So I think you get people into it with either Chaos versus regular Marines, or Marines versus Tyranid. And then when you want to be like, hey, this all seems terrible, this is all horrifying, here, have the funny enemy faction. You know what I mean? And I love the orcs. I love the orcs. The whole concept that the reason why Ultramarines are so... Okay, I'm going to explain this if you're new to 40K and watching this for some reason. The orcs in this game are actually like telepathic fungus, basically. And they... like, none of their technology actually works. The Imperium has taken their technology and tried to make it work, and it's just a hodgepodge of like garbage and flotsam and jetsam and all that. Their technology works because they believe that it works, right? And so and that goes for everything. Like, they believe that if something is painted red, it goes faster. And sure enough, if something is painted red and an orc is using it and a bunch of orcs see it, it goes faster, right? And like, this rabbit hole goes really deep. Like, there's this belief that maybe the reason why the Emperor of Mankind is so powerful, or at least the reason why he's still alive, is because the orcs kind of worship him as like a god of battle or whatever. Like that's going a little bit into the weeds. But one thing that's really funny is that they view the color blue as a lucky color. So Ultramarines who are clad in blue usually have the wildest plot armor. And a lot of people think that's because of orcs. Like... like, there's some comedy to be had in the Grimdark universe.
Kill team leader to squad. Box check.
So, I said this before, and I will say it again. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. This is like... it's like I'm in Astartes.
Do you have the virus bomb? Moving to planet. Lost contact with brother.
So I did play about 2 or 3 hours of the game, and I have an idea of how things work. I'm afraid I'm gonna be impatient and screw up and like look really bad. Certainly, I think this game is much harder than the first game. The first game is just super easy. And I would very much recommend it.
A sight I will greatly enjoy. Transmitter must be broken. Hulmigans. Harry will be crawling with them.
Okay.
Alpha, where's that damn virus bomb? I'm up to my elbows in these wretched bonds. Any word from Brother Darius, the commander? Nothing. It is left to us to share the glory now, Kelstos. Hold on, brothers. Spores.
Okay, you gonna do... there we go. Oh my god. So the parry happens on release. Okay. Howdy. Come on. All right. Cool. I don't need to be told to do a finisher when I just did a finisher. Ugh.
Must reach that bomb. I will, even if I have to chew my way through.
Do I have a gun yet? No, I don't. God, this shit looks so cool. This looks so cool. They did such a good job. Like, visually, they did such a good job. I'm still a bit iffy on the mechanic changes. I don't know. To give you an idea of how long I have been a fan of Space Marine, I remember when they first announced Space Marine at THQ, and there was like a leak of like an internal video document, and they kept referring to, you know, what like all of the execution finishers as like Cinemaction. I wonder if you could find that on YouTube.
Situation here at the launcher is becoming severe. Have you secured the virus bomb?
But yeah, the minute I saw that, I was like, I'm buying that game.
I'm raining down. If we fail to launch that bomb, there will be nothing to stop the Tyranids. I am almost at the crash site. Just make sure the launch...
Cool.
is still standing when I get there. I will hold the line for as long as I can.
Damn it. Come on. Do the thing. Oh, I have to do it once more. For the tutorial. God, it's so fucking awesome. It's so awesome. I feel like I'm swearing too much for, you know, a YouTube video.
We are running out of time.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hill team, I am at the crash site. Hold farm. There. Baron, my brother, you have honored the Imperium with your devotion.
I'm still not quite sure what that eye drop thingy is that appears sometime, that gauge that fills. Like, did they explain that and I missed it?
If you can hear me, I have the virus bomb. Headed to the orbital launcher. Is that as hard as you bite, Xenos?
No, Alpha.
Death will not go unpunished.
Howdy. Huh. Damn it. Boop. Oh, God. You have to play very deliberate. Like, very deliberate.
Is the bomb en route? Hang on, Kelstros.
I am panicking. I should not panic. There we go. Any more? There's that Termagant. Termagant or Hormagant? I know one of them is ranged and the other one is melee.
Kelstros, are you with me? I have the bomb.
Oh boy. It's gonna make me do the guard break. Or not.
Served your Emperor well, brother.
Yes.
Record log. To any Imperial unit that recovers this log, my kill team crash landed off course. My brothers are all dead, slain by turrets. I have the virus bomb, moving to the orbital launcher. We'll fire into stratosphere where it will disperse over Tyranid positions.
Always gotta do range combat first. I don't know if I mentioned it. I know I mentioned it in my playthrough that is lost, but I did play the tabletop, and the reason I don't play the tabletop anymore is that it's too bloody expensive.
Continue long. The virus is our one chance
Is there
to
anything
delay
up
the
here?
Tyranid invasion. The virus will spread through their forces. They will adapt, but it will slow them down. The virus must be launched into the stratosphere. Nothing else matters.
All right. No. Dude, get out of the way. I'm trying to. fuck, man. I feel you get stun locked super easy in this game. So the first time I played through this, I didn't have any problems in this section. And of course, now that this is probably the one that's going to go, you know, out into the world, that's when I have problems. Awesome. Truly, truly awesome. Gotta get rid of these small guys first. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Okay, now where do I go? That away.
Operator shift change overdue. Your tardiness has been flagged for invigilation. Open the gates.
I probably did better on my first playthrough through that section because I just played more recklessly. Let that be a lesson. Love that stomp.
Inserting payload.
Who are you talking to? Cool.
Payload chambered. Hazardous material detected. Further benedictions required. Transmitting override authorization. Set course for stratospheric detonation. The rite of safeguard must be performed. Seek an authorized Magos at the command console.
You know, I don't think there's an authorized Magos available. Ooh. Frag grenade.
Machine Spirit, where is the command console? On the observation platform above. The Magos on duty does not respond. Summon the lift.
Okay, let's get these frag grenades, ammo boxes. Lost a lot more health than I would personally prefer, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Up we go.
Machine Spirit, what is the status of the orbital launcher? Hibernation. Console inactive for 22 hours. This impiety to the Omnisire has been locked. Activate launch systems. The rite of initialization must be performed. Seek an authorized Magos at the command console. The command console is posted at the edge of the observation platform. A Magos will attend to you shortly.
Sure he will.
Predictions complete. Awakening systems from hibernation. Rite of capacitors initialized. Personnel may begin prayers of charging. Can you not
Well,
hasten the
howdy.
damn process?
Seismic disruptions have occurred. Launch trajectory may have been altered.
Oh boy, we're about to have a lot of fun. Gotta wait.
Organic presence detected on the railway. All personnel vacate for launch. Launch preparations complete. Standing by, Negos.
Yeah, see, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. I say as I miss, like...
Dispatch of payload.
Bald Emperor!
It is done.
It seems extraordinarily stupid to use a biological weapon against the Tyranid. Just saying. Yeah. And the big reveal, it's Titus. So, I miss Mark Strong. Mark Strong did such a good job in this role. Like, the new guy does a good job too. But, you know,
I will take you all with me.
Mark Strong is Mark Strong.
I will not rest until you lie dead at my feet.
Yes. Down we go.
Even if I am slain, I will leave you with wounds by which you will remember me.
I don't think so.
Your kind from the galaxy.
Got your buddy. Now it's time for you. God, it's almost better to let them hit you. It's kind of interesting.
May that virus strip your flesh from your bones.
Oh boy, a Carnifex. Oh god. See if I can get you. Come on. Boo! Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo. What? I was winning that fight. I call shenanigans. So, one of my friends, oh god, one of my friends who used to play the Warhammer tabletop with me, I was a Nurgle, Necron, and Tau player, and he was a Tyranid player. And, you know, in resolving damage, you have to, like, account for armor and whatnot. And so sometimes I'd attack his Carnifex, and I'd be like, you know, what's the armor on these things? Because I could never remember. And he'd just be like, oh, it's 1,000,000. And it may as well have been, because it was oh god, they were resilient. Carnifexes are some, well, okay, this was, I think, 3rd edition, maybe 4th. I don't know what the tabletop is like today. I don't know how it's balanced. So maybe it's different. I know that they completely retconned the Necron origin, which is not my favorite thing, but, you know, whatever. I'm not going to be too cringe about it. Boy, that LOD load in.
Praise the Emperor. The wound was fatal. You survived only through the Rubicon surgery. We remade you. You are a Primaris now.
Why?
Lord Calgar issued the command himself.
Is he here?
Gone. Summoned by the Primarch.
I must get back to the Watch Fortress.
You have been reassigned.
My place is with the Death Watch.
The Inquisition can find no stain on you, Titus, accused of heresy. You have served penance in the Death Watch for almost a century, and not once have you faltered. But you will never know redemption until you have faced the judgment of your brothers. Prove yourself to us and know true absolution. What is your life?
My honor is my life.
What is your fate?
My duty is my fate.
What is your fear?
My fear is to fail.
And they shall know no fear.
What is your reward?
My salvation is my reward.
What is your craft?
My craft is death.
What is your pledge?
My pledge is eternal service.
Oh, yeah.
The Rubicon surgery has remade you as a Primaris Marine. You are now stronger, faster, and more resilient. You will take your place as an Ultramarine once more. Your brothers will know that you served in the Death Watch, but your dishonorable status as a Black Shield has been redacted from the archives. Should it be discovered, there would be questions. Lord Kelgar has offered you a second chance. Do not taint it.
You know, I kind of wonder. I just had a thought. What if the chaplain is the guy who sent Titus to the Death Watch in the first place? Like, if you haven't played the first game, spoiler alert, it ends with Titus being accused of heresy. Basically, so he's like fighting the orcs on this planet. He finds Chaos Marines there. He stops one of the, I don't remember if it's a Chaos Marine or like a guardsman or someone. He stops someone from becoming a demon prince, and in doing so, like he breaks every rule in the book. He's a renegade, man, or he was. And Captain Titus, you know, he kind of was like, he had like his old buddy there and this like fresh recruit, and the fresh recruit was also a fucking tattletale, and he went off to the Inquisition and was like, hey, this guy's messing with chaos, or hey, this guy wasn't affected by chaos, or whatever. And you know, the Inquisition was like, well, you're coming with me. And that's how the first game ended. And so I didn't mention it at the start because I already knew what was going to happen, and I kind of didn't want to give it away. But I was wondering how they were going to bring him back into the Ultramarines. Like, what was the narrative going to be? And I think they did a pretty kind of elegant job. Convenient. But, you know. Okay, I'm gonna, before I go any further, I'm gonna make sure that the audio recorded, so give me a second. Huzzah, it actually recorded. Cool. Looks like everything is good to go. God, it's so fucking cool. It's so cool.
My lord. Lieutenant Titus reporting for duty.
Have Sergeant Gadriel report to the bridge. How are your wounds?
good enough.
I'll be straight with you, Titus. I have my reservations about your reinstatement. There could be questions, suspicions. I cannot afford discord among the men. Not now. You're a lieutenant now. Will that be a problem?
No, Captain.
Very well. We're facing a Tyranid splinter fleet. They engaged us on 2 planets. Avarax, a hive world, and Kadaku, which you already know. We're abandoning the latter. It's mostly Adeptus Mechanicus research facilities. We're evacuating critical assets and personnel. These defense guns are keeping the skies clear for our ships. The Tyranids have taken note. Get down there and protect those guns.
Captain, you wish to see me?
Sergeant, this is Lieutenant Titus. He'll be taking over command of your squad.
Sir,
I expect you on the ground within 30 minutes. Dismissed.
Cool.
Lieutenant, forgive my hesitation.
Oh God.
I am merely surprised by this development.
As am I.
Sergeant Gadriel, the Absolver is ready to depart.
Brother Chiron, this is Lieutenant Titus. He will be leading our squad.
Is that so? Well, I shall be glad to have a commander of such experience.
Is the rest of the squad ready?
Already assembled on the flight deck.
Good. We leave immediately.
What is this? Online play now available. Battlemaster change current game mode. Battle map. The battle barge map serves as the center of operations. Select a panel to start a mission. The current mission is marked with a yellow directive marker. Finished missions are also available to replay. Game modes. Changing the game mode allows you to switch to operations and Eternal War game modes. Playing these modes before finishing the main campaign could reveal stories for spoilers. Ugh. Playing these modes before finishing the main campaign could reveal spoilers for the campaign story.
Spore volley on all specs.
Cool.
Toward Kadaku.
Well,
Transmitting telemetry data to our ground forces.
The Imperial Navy fleet are firing on the spores.
God, it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. They did such a good job. At least visually. Edit squad. I can't... Can I invite someone? I could, but nobody else is playing this game.
Log requests
Okay.
priority order. We will respond when able.
Yes, Lord. Colonel Drury, your requests are noted. You must proceed without Astarte support for the time being. Resilient out.
God, I remember the very first Warhammer 40k game that I played. Fire Warrior. I think it was called Fire Warrior. Is it Fire Warrior or Fire Walker? Pretty sure it's Fire Warrior. That game was bad.
What is our assignment?
Like shitty Halo.
Control of the orbital guns. We are to recapture them.
Lost them already.
The Tyranids are
Where you play as a Tau.
guns in great waves. I'm impressed the Cadians held out this long.
Imagine trying to introduce the gaming audience to your IP as a Tau.
Lirio, Altarius, and Alien make up the rest of our squad.
Have any of you faced Tyranids before?
Only these past 2 days.
Then there is much to learn.
I look forward to it.
Wait a minute. Can I... Oh, I can't. You know what I should do? You know what? We're going proper Space Marine. There we go.
Go and find a tech base to tighten the screws in that. Pity the effects of the virus bombs.
Sergeant?
Brothers, we are joined by Lieutenant Titus.
Welcome, brother. We are yours to command.
We leave immediately.
Yes, Lieutenant.
It's the, God, what was it? Dark Tide. It's the Dark Tide loading screen. I wonder how much internal sort of like communication there was between Dark Tide and Space Marine 2. It feels like there was a lot. It feels like, or at the very least, they're doing a good job sort of coalescing their aesthetics.
Sir, you served in the Death Watch.
Yes.
That must have been a great honor. It's a privilege to serve with you.
Approaching drop zone.
Let's go.
Get your head out of his ass.
You see those service studs? Our lieutenant is over 200 years old. He couldn't have been born a Primaris.
You're right. And now he has your command.
Hopefully, these guys won't betray me in the future, like someone else.
Major Sarkana, 8th Cadian Regiment.
Major, give me an update.
The wretched beasts have taken the orbital guns. They pushed us back to this encampment and are staging a heavy assault.
Lirio, take Altarius and Elion and remain here to secure the encampment.
Yes, brother.
Major, we must reach the defense guns.
Yes, my lord. Follow me. Fraser answered. The situation here has deteriorated. Those foul gargoyles pollute the skies.
The Tyranids have the orbital guns.
They do. These unrelenting attacks make a counteroffensive difficult.
We shall take care of that.
So another bit of lore, if you're new to Warhammer, is the guns that they're using are called las guns. And they're better than any current gun that we have. They can like punch a hole through concrete and steel and all kinds of stuff. Everything in 40K is so overpowered that they are colloquially referred to as flashlights. Just to give you an idea of the kind of power scaling we're talking about here.
Glory of Ultramar!
Figure use that from the beginning.
Intelligence reports multiple swarms closing in.
Direct us to them.
Sending coordinates to your Auspex display.
Let's get some stimmies.
My lord, we are preparing an airstrike. Can you hold the enemy in place until it hits?
Consider it done. Changing magazine.
So you might be wondering, what kind of weapons do Space Marines use? Well, it is a propelled grenade that explodes when it hits things, basically. It is a war crime, or what we would define as a war crime. Oh boy.
Restocking.
You know, I thought it said, oh yeah, okay. Let's see, endless combo. Huh, interesting.
Airstrike incoming!
Nice.
A direct hit, Major.
The eighth never miss! Everyone at this base.
If I had the money, I'd play guard.
The Emperor protects. We must proceed through the jungle to reach the orbital defense guns. Brother Lirio,
I'd play a lot of armies, to be honest, if I had the money.
then report back.
Yes, Lieutenant. It will not take long.
Ready.
The orbital guns are on the other side of the swamp.
Be alert. The Tyranids will be lying in wait.
Oh boy. Heavy bolt pistol, yes please. Anything else?
Husks are everywhere.
Nope. Okay.
Living organic machines.
Now what's while evading? So what is this little dot thing? Is it a tap?
Indeed. Their ships, these pods, all of it.
Okay.
The existence is heresy.
So okay, so that's hold. If I
We're shut in their numbers today, brother.
okay.
Ravana, do not stop moving.
No, 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 no. I might die. I might die. Oh my god.
Give me strength.
You are not done yet.
Clearing the way. I am in your debt.
Well, now death is much less of an issue. I want to finish him.
The tunneling Xenos is dead.
Well, that was a major fluff up on my part.
Another one dead.
Hey, the squad's kind of useful. The squad's actually super useful. Way better than the first game, that's for sure.
I expect
shields. Losing the orbital guns was costly. But the enemy numbers are not insignificant. The Cadian 8th will have to do better.
Don't put down Cadia.
I am. How do the Tyranids compare to other Xenos? They are an unrelenting plague, but they are cunning. The controlling influence of their hive mind makes them act as one. Tread carefully. The spores detonate when threats draw near. Then let us take the advantage and destroy them. Reloading weapon.
Boy, these spores are going to be a nuisance later on, aren't they?
Your combat doctrines are unorthodox, Lieutenant. Which company did you serve with before this one? I served the Emperor elsewhere. The Death Watch? Yes. I hope I too will share that honor one day.
Hopefully it's not like what Titus had to go through.
Resupply.
All right.
Need to get through. Eliminate them, then proceed. Ready to deploy special tactics.
Oh boy. Get back here.
One less problem.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again.
The most direct route is through the swamp. Let us
What's up here?
The swamp will be infested with Xenos. There is a bunker straddling the riverbed. We will cut through there. But that will add considerable time. Surely we will not trade strategy for expediency. As you command.
It's almost like he knows what he's talking about.
You must proceed alone.
Understood. Thank you, Lirio.
See you on the Resilient.
There they are. The orbital guns.
What was that? What was that?
Munitions secured.
All right, let's go back to the regular old bolter.
I can hear reinforcements!
Reload.
Okay, now where to? Where am I going?
Target destroyed.
Come here. Yeah. Yeah. It's just beautiful. Okay, I don't know. Can I see what the difference is between, because I have,
Magazines. Let us get to work.
screw it. I guess I'm already using a bolt rifle. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of bolt guns.
We're saved! Oi! Shut it! We're with the Emperor's angels now. You will desert your post, guardsman.
No, Lord. Never!
We've locked them in. We can do no more.
Open the gate.
Yes, my lord. Open the gates! But sir, you said open the bloody gates! Another wave. We can't hold them.
You will serve your Emperor, soldier.
Into position, men!
Do not let them surround you.
What are they doing?
Trying to get up here. Take them down. Frag grenade out. Are you not the Lord Custodian's soldiers? What, damn you! Where is that Cadian spirit I heard tell?
Are there any more frag grenades?
Honor your whole world's memory, guardsmen. Reloading weapons.
Did they all die? Whoops.
Everybody inside.
We're not eliminated the remains of the swarm.
There will always be more. We must focus on taking down the hive ship.
So, sorry about that.
Transmitting command now. Stand by.
Relenting your attacks. Let us see the worst. We're wasting time. So see
I wonder. I mean, maybe I did shoot a few of them. Maybe. But I wonder if you can play way better and have more survive. That'd be an interesting thing to see on a YouTube video playthrough. Saved all the guardsmen, on maximum difficulty. That's going to be a thing. If you can save them.
Major Sakana,
Go ahead.
we met with one of your squads.
Thank you, my lord. I shall give them new orders.
There's only 5 of them left.
Proceed.
Looks like a slaughter.
No excuse for cowardice.
Bolt pistol, combat knife. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Get past this.
And what else is there? Boy, that's a lot of gaunts. Bolt rifle with grenade launcher. You don't say. Now, is there any... Stalker bolt rifle, combat knife, data slate, which I already got. Okay.
I repeat, awaiting orders to attack. Major, do you read?
This is Lieutenant Titus. Identify yourself.
Captain Iden, sir. Our long-range comms were damaged in battle.
They must be close.
Hold fast, Captain. We are coming.
Facility is just beyond those gates.
There must be a console that opens them.
Well, we're gonna find that console after killing that asshole. No problem.
Restocking. Frag grenade out.
Is there anything else? Hi.
Frag grenade deployed.
Oh, okay. That works.
Changing magazine. They never learn. Throwing frag grenade. Reload.
Oh,
Another one dead. Reloading weapon.
easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Pop the Tyranids so they don't get sneezy. I don't know.
Zargana,
Receiving.
we have made contact with Captain Iden.
Aiden.
Have we?
I thought him lost.
We are approaching his position now.
Can you patch me through?
Working on it.
Pretty sure he's super dead. Or not.
By the Emperor.
Link established. Go ahead, Major.
Captain Aiden. I thought you a dead man.
Not today, sir.
You're tougher than Grok's hide.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Aiden.
So, minor issue. There was a little bit of a power outage. So we lost a teensy bit of dialogue. I could go to load last checkpoint. Maybe that'll fix it. So let's try it. It did not. Sorry about that. It has been... The machine spirit has been against me this entire playthrough.
Guardsmen, honor your Emperor.
For the Emperor!
My lord.
That cursed gate is in our way.
Then let us remove it.
Controls must be nearby. Soldiers, do your work. The controls are in that tower.
Make use of them.
Yeah, I know.
The way is clear. Proceed. Vermin stuff. Reloading.
Come here.
Changing magazine.
Okay, did I get... No, we're fine. We are fine.
Restocking.
I feel like ammo caches should replenish your grenades as well, but, you know, maybe that's asking too much. Maybe that is asking way too much.
Your reckoning backsides through that gate now!
Move to link up with the Cadians. As you command, Lieutenant.
Howdy. Okay, that was a bit reckless. Probably shouldn't have done that. But you know what? Screw it. We're Space Marines.
Lieutenant, navigating through this facility will take time.
A little redecorating will speed things up, my lord.
If only my father could see this.
Yeah, buddy. Are those frag grenades?
What is
They are.
Zoanthro! Take it down. While it lives, the other creatures are harder to kill. War Gear Prime.
I want to get that zone throw.
Another one dead.
Damn it. I wanted to finish him. I mean, not that I don't appreciate finishing warriors, but
Major, we have retaken the facility.
Praise the Emperor. Boarding a Valkyrie now, heading to you.
Clear!
Get these guns online! Move! We'll punch a hole in those hive ships so big you can fly a frigate through it!
It won't let that happen without a fight.
It's...
The hive mind. The Tyranid's powerful collective intelligence. Not to be underestimated.
Major, The guns are in a zero state of charge. It will take time to wake the machine spirit.
Hurry!
The Tyranids will throw everything they have at this facility.
This is Major Sarkana. Divert 2nd and 3rd platoon to the orbital guns immediately.
Copy that, sir.
Let's show these bastards what the 8th are made of!
Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today, for this episode. I'm still not at the point where I was where I left off, but I'm having sort of all these technical issues. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm going back and forth on whether or not I like the changes to its difficulty. On the one hand, the difficulty in the original Space Marine was just incredibly easy, like brain dead easy. But you did get more, like you got, it was kind of like Hulk Ultimate Destruction, in that it was just this gargantuan power fantasy, and you were constantly like doing finishing moves on all these different enemies, and it was just a bloodbath the entire time. It was really fun, but I feel like I kind of understand their philosophy, because it does get boring after a while, just doing, finisher move after finisher after finisher, and making it more difficult to put in like a little extra spice. Because the way it used to work, like finishers in this game give you armor back, and it feels like armor is really great against ranged attacks. This is my interpretation so far, is that if something is attacking you at range, it'll do like a little tick of damage from the armor. If something comes up close to you and like whacks you, it takes care of an entire chunk of armor, which is like, and especially considering that you can get stun locked pretty easily, it's kind of a threat. And you have like a sort of a Bloodborne mechanic with the health, where, when it's white and you attack, you get some health back. But once that white goes away, that health is like pretty much gone. And the way it used to work in the original Space Marine was that any finisher gave you health back. So like it was encouraging you to get into the thick of it. But it does add a lot of like necessary tension to a lot of what's going on. So like I said, I go back and forth. I kind of miss the power fantasy of it all and finishing everything and all that. But that got boring. And, you're giving up that power fantasy and all that stuff for a little bit more meaningful decision making, and like you can actually die. Although it looks like when you have a squad, it's really hard to die, because they'll come and like resurrect you. So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I mean, I am thoroughly impressed. I'm not too far away from where I was, where I left off. And going through it a second time has only made me appreciate it more. They did a great job. This is a contender for my personal game of the year. It's just because I'm such a huge fan of 40K. It's great seeing it realized so faithfully. Although I do feel like they could push the Tyranid to be a little bit more terrifying, because in the lore, they are so terrifying. Like, there's this one story of a crew. I don't remember if they're on a ship or on a space station. It's been a while. But basically, they get eaten by a giant Tyranid and they get digested. And it is actually like legitimately horrifying. Also, like what they do to planets. Like, it isn't just like an invasion and they want to live there and everything. They literally eat the planet. They leave behind a husk, because they take every bit of organic material into themselves to make themselves stronger, which is why I said the pathogen was kind of really unbelievably stupid. But, whatever. At least Titus recognized that it was stupid. He recognized that they were going to adapt to it. But I feel like that's a subtle character moment where he's like following an order even though he knows it's dumb. But yeah, anyway, I'm so happy. I can't wait to keep playing it. I'm very busy. I only have about an hour or so a day to play. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.